Could we see a NIO stock short squeeze with NIO day tomorrow as the trigger? And also, of course, NIO CEO has said that this month they got the most amount of lock-in orders, the record amount in the past 6 months, which is absolutely amazing. So we're going to talk about both of those. Of course, tomorrow I'll be doing a full recap of NIO Day in about 10 or so minutes instead of you having to watch the whole 1.5 hour live stream. I'm going to recap it for you guys. Of course, there will be also stuff that the live stream will lose in translation. You're not going to get that with me. I will be translating all the little gimmicks and every little single detail for you guys, so you guys get the entire picture. So definitely stay tuned for that. Recap video is coming tomorrow. It's going to be the next upload after this. So in the past, we heard about like Expo when they launched a new car, the stock jumps 10%. Wow. Is that possible with NIO, with tomorrow, with NIO Day? Absolutely, absolutely. But first, let's talk about NIO CEO stating that this month they got the most amount of record lock-in orders. Have a listen.
So this month we have the highest number of lock-in orders in the past 6 months.
Let's not dwell on that for now. I think it's significant that in just 2 months we've exceeded 30,000 units.
NIO average will be 20,000 with Onvo over 10,000.
30,000 units or even more.
Of course, this just means that fulfillment is the challenge. If they can fulfill all these orders within the end of this month, then voila, we got our record monthly deliveries. Of course, it seems like, with the insurance registrations, we were kind of worried that maybe we might not be able to reach it. But since the CEOs confirmed record amount of locked-in orders about a week and so ago when I went to the stores to talk to sales reps, they have also confirmed they got sales exploding. So both sales reps and the CEO confirming sales exploding. So that kind of, makes it, the sales are exploding. All right, sales are exploding, lock-in orders, good. Fulfillment. Can they deliver all these cars in time? I hope so. I certainly hope so. And of course, Onvo, people are taking delivery of Onvo vehicles. So it's looking like we're going to have a tight few last weeks, but we're probably going to get there. So that's very, very nice. Now, what can we expect from NIO Day tomorrow that's going to possibly jump the stock price? First of all, I want to make it clear, NIO's new vehicles, NIO brand new vehicles, probably won't make the stock jump because NIO CEO has stated in the past that their vehicles for NIO brand going forward will be relatively more expensive. So the SUV that they're going to launch, probably the ES8 and ES7 NT 3.0 vehicles, and also possibly the ET6 sedan, they'll be relatively more expensive and not super affordable. So that won't really cause much of a stock price jump. It's all down to the pricing of Firefly. Okay? Firefly's pricing is going to make or break the stock. Okay? If you get a very good pricing and investors anticipate that this car is going to sell well, then we're going to see a good jump in the stock price. Just like when Expo launched the Mona, that was a cheap car, affordable. When it launched, sales were exploding. Of course, the stock went up by a lot. So we could see the similar situation with NIO or Firefly with the pricing. Now, what kind of pricing are we expecting? And how do we define it, all right? Which price is it that if it's above that price, I'm going to be like, oh man, this is game over. This is not good. And which price is it going to be where it's like below this price, damn, stock is going to explode. We're going to go to the moon, all right? So we're kind of all expecting the price to be below 200,000 RMB, okay? Onvo is a very good benchmark. The car price for Firefly needs to be below Onvo's price. If it's above Onvo's price, then that's kind of like, everybody will think like, what's the whole point, okay? The interesting thing is Firefly owners will be able to access NIO houses, which is kind of weird, and then they will have their own individual swap stations, which are separate from NIO swap stations. So hopefully it's the CATL EVO system. Otherwise, if it's if they have to build their own swap stations and build thousands of them, that's kind of that's discouraging. All right, that's discouraging. But let's just say that it's going to be with the EVO system, the CATL system. Hopefully it is. Let's just assume that it is, okay? And then the pricing, if it's above 200,000 RMB, then I would say investors might not be that happy with it. But if it's below 200,000 RMB and cheaper than Envo, which it should be, I am personally expecting a price range of 150 to 200,000 RMB. Okay, around that price range would be perfect. Okay, and then the real secret sauce would be the pricing with BaaS, renting the battery instead of buying the battery. Renting the battery, if they're able to get the price of that below 100,000 RMB, okay, you rent the battery, you get the car, you pay monthly for the battery, and it's below 100,000 RMB, bam, you got a runner, you got a winner right there, because that is extremely affordable. That is a very big psychological level, 100,000 RMB. That's going to make it so affordable that basically, almost everybody can get it, right? So if we do have that kind of pricing, Envo, the reason why Envo is doing so well is because it's a better product than Tesla Model Y. And if you rent the battery, it's like way, way, way cheaper. All right. Tesla Model Y is like around 240K RMB. All right. 240, 250K RMB. All right. 250. And then Envo is around 220K RMB. But then Envo with battery rental is 150K RMB. So it's 100K RMB cheaper than the Tesla Model Y, whilst being better than the Tesla Model Y. So you can imagine the value proposition there, why people choose the Envo L60 and they rent the battery. So you might have a similar situation with Firefly. If you're able to rent the battery and then the price of the car without the battery is below 100K RMB, bam, that is going to be so good. All right. I can't stress that enough. That's going to be so good. All right. People are going to be buying this car left and right. All right. That's the dream. All right. As the car price gets lower and lower, taking the battery out removes a bigger percentage of the overall purchase price, making the car so much cheaper. Right. So you can possibly, in these kind of lower price tier cars, removing the battery might remove half the price of the car, of the entire car. So if that's the case, below 100K RMB, we are definitely going to see a very positive reaction. All right. And personally, I am hoping that the price of the Firefly car with battery rental is below 100K RMB. However, remember, NIO CEO has said that this car is more of a premium boutique car, a premium safe small car. They're not compromising on safety. The materials are also good. So that's kind of got me a little bit worried, all right? Does that mean that it's going to be like more expensive than Envo vehicle? If it is more expensive than the Envo vehicle, then I would be pretty disappointed. It has to be cheaper than Envo. Fingers crossed that it's cheaper than Envo, okay? Fingers crossed. Yeah, I can't cross my right hand because I got this injury here, but fingers crossed. Yeah, but my personal expectation is maybe they're going to release some more information about NT 3.0 as well. And we already pretty much know everything about NT 3.0 with the ET9 and also Envo having NT 3.0 as well. So going forward, they might have some more quirks and features, cool stuff that they'll announce. One really interesting thing is NIO recently released an ET9 ad featuring the CEOs of all these big corporations in China. They test drove the car. They said they were going to buy the car, and that is a huge publicity stunt. I think it's a very good marketing strategy. The CEO of NIO himself bringing other huge CEOs to test drive the ET9, convincing them those CEOs saying this is a fantastic car. I am definitely buying this car. Wow. Okay. Of course, the ET9 isn't a car for everybody because it's like the Maybach. Not everybody can buy a Maybach, but clearly, for those people that can afford it, it's a definitely 100% go. Like, you got to buy it if you can't afford it. So very nice, very good things going forward. I do certainly hope that we get a positive reaction in the NIO stock price tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but on Monday, thanks to NIO Day. Let's see if we get anything very nice, very shocking announced tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.